What's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lennartz, subprime hero.
And we are excited to be bringing to you a fresh brew and a whole new five-liner. Excited to get some more five-liners in because there's some incredible people inside the car business.
There's a bunch of them, and we have a big lineup coming up over the next couple months. We are in five-liner season right now.
That's right.
It's season right now, and it's time to introduce a lot of new solutionaries that have not been on the show yet. People that we are out there meeting and getting to know, beating us down in competitions, or whatever it is.
Some of that.
Things like that are happening, and we're really excited about having this solutionary today on the show. Somebody that the moment that went down, we were like, we have to have her on the show. She is totally somebody that we have a lot of fun with, but we would love to learn more about. And so I'm pumped.
Yes, we've started to learn a whole lot more about her as we started to go through this competition. So shout out to Hive Analytics for putting on such a fun social activity where we were able to engage with our social media in a new way. We challenge you businesses to think outside of the box to make sure people are interacting with what's happening inside of your social media. And with that, they put some people inside of this tank. For those of you that don't know what happened, especially if you're watching this on Facebook and you never peek over to the LinkedIn side of the world, LinkedIn was where all of this buzz was happening in the Hive.
Literally.
As everybody was trying to figure out, one, what the heck is a 40, slightly over 40 competition?
What is this?
What is this award? What's happening? And then that we made it, and then we're competing in an interesting bracket style. I guess it was very much inside of the theme of March Madness.
That's exactly what it was.
But then it got even more buzz going around with it. And I have to be honest with you, we've been inside of I would say a lot of different places together, whether it's conventions, a SoduCon, different events. We were sharing the same space, probably sitting at a same table at some point or another, in the same buffet line, when maybe once or twice, or even in the coffee line. We don't know. But I didn't really know too much about this solutionary or who the competition was, or that it was really that serious of a competition, Fred. I really didn't have it that until I saw this one picture that she put out there, because I was taking on a whole different approach to this, and then she brought it pretty strong. This popped up on my screen one day, and I saw this, and it said voting poll is still open, click here, and it says no brew in here. And I was like, oh.
I loved it. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is what it's about. Having fun, bringing some really unique content, but just taking a little stab at what we do. Because we brew solutions, right? But I'll tell you, sipping on tea is not so bad either, right? And I love that. I'm so glad that
says the Asian.
Says the Asian. Hey, listen, I do like my tea, but I do drink. I drink a lot of coffee myself, but at the same time, I absolutely loved what she did when she did that, and I saw the fire that it stoked inside you. You're like, oh, okay. Let's have some fun now.
Like a Rocky moment at this moment. Because then it's like, okay, let me look into this. Oh, wait a minute. She literally has a nation behind her.
Yeah, that's right.
An auto nation behind
her.
And I was like, oh, snap. We need to pull out the big guns. We need to do what it takes. And so it got a little serious. It got a little Rocky and Drago action. So I had to get out there letting everybody know, vote for little Lou, right? And it started to matter, especially because she was smashing me.
But the thing is, she really was. And at that moment, I mean, the truth of the matter is, and I want Melissa to know this, you probably are that much taller than him in real life. But at the same time, that's why to me, when I saw it, it was beyond more than you could think. I laughed so hard when I saw that picture. But it also made me get excited because Lou was just doing dad jokes up to that point. And I was like, he had to bring some more. He had to bring more, right? So I was so happy to see that video, with that picture. But I remember seeing hers first and then seeing that one. And we fought it out. It was a valiant effort. Couldn't believe how close it got towards the end. Lou got some votes in. I mean, I'm sure he called in everybody he knew, all the troops, all the air support, the whole nine, right?
Right, sending messages to each other. We're sending messages to the same people. Y'all know it. Yo, women really pulled together inside of this.
Amen.
I got to give you a lot of love on that. You ladies
that was awesome
really stuck together. It was incredible.
Well, ended up being an all ladies.
And then after that, all ladies won it in the end.
That's right.
That was so awesome.
I love that.
That was so good, though. It was really cool to see them all pull it together because in the end, I was the one out for the count. and there was Fred still inside of the fight. Like, what was going on? And I was done.
I wasn't. I would never throw even if I know this
You
happens,
didn't
I
throw
would
the
never
towel.
throw the towel into my boy Lou. I'm always going to be there. I'll be there supporting to the end. I can't throw the towel in.
Throw the towel. Don't throw the towel. Never throw in the towel. Because it ain't over till it's over, everybody. And from what I understand, she also might have had a couple of bloody thumb points inside of her typing and texting efforts to try to keep people inside of the mix and engaged inside of it. But it was a fantastic competition.
Really was.
And it was so humbling and exciting at the same time. And so with that long ado, we want to make sure that we make welcome to the Car Guy Cafe, somebody that we are exercising what it is that we preach all the time, and we're forgiving, we're focusing, and we're flying so that we can keep growing together.
That's right.
And now, bringing to you this piping hot five-liner who's getting ready to take the stage at a SoduCon. We bring to you the one,
the only, Melissa Cartagena.
Welcome to the show.
How are you? I love that. That was great. That was great.
I mean, hopefully it summed it up a little bit, at least from my vantage point over here. But it was a fun competition. But welcome to the show. We're so thankful that
Thank you
to come.
Listen, going into that week, I was like, there's no way that I'm going to win this round because I'm up against a podcaster. Like there was just no way. So I started early, but we were reaching out to the same people because I had people texting me like, I just got a note from Lou. And I was like, do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Girl, you know what's
totally. Totally. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. But let me tell you, my daughter did help me with that meme. Her and I we were strategizing together. My daughter's amazing.
She is.
And I was a little nervous about posting that, to be honest, because I don't drink coffee. I'm probably the only Puerto Rican on God's green earth that does not drink coffee.
I am surprised.
Wow.
I am not a coffee drinker. So no brewing was like, for me, like I don't drink coffee anyway, so it didn't really matter. But when I put that up, I was like, oh my God, it probably pissed him off. And then I was worried after that. I don't know what it's going to come back with. Oh my God. So funny. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun.
That was beautifully done. It was perfect timing. It really did. Even made me go, whoa, look at that. Shots fired. I love it. Right. And, but at the same time, that's what we were hoping for, to see that during this thing. And I think that's what Hive was hoping for. And you literally, you brought it and then you finished very strong. So congratulations on that. We all were 40 under 40, recipients, all of 40 over, slightly over 40 recipients. We all were. But the final four was pretty big deal. That was pretty cool. And I love that you got there.
Cool.
Congrats to you.
I love that it was all women that came in. That was amazing.
It was
amazing.
And it is amazing that you employ or implore or get teamed up with your daughter in this. We made it generational. I love that. I know my son was.
She was invested. My daughter's not on LinkedIn, and she was like, I'm signing up. I'm the CEO of my company and I'm signing up. She's like, I'm invested now. I'm going to watch everything. It was so funny. We had a good time doing that together though.
That is everything.
My son was going to people inside of his dorm and going to people inside of the cafeteria. He's going to school in Iowa, and he's like, listen, your future is very important. Just as important as it is to get your education, it's important for you to have a LinkedIn as a professional. So sign up right now and vote for my dad. And my son, my son is a big football player. He's over there just getting his whole team all LinkedIn, and I'm getting these votes from newbies. But it's awesome that you had your daughter involved, that she got on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you're welcome. We got you a whole bunch of new signups.
I know, right? We did.
In our future generation, the ones that will be CEOs of business, the ones that will be teaching us new things as we start to get into our golden years, right? I love that, and I think that's great that inspired that. That's the whole. That gets me excited that happened. I'm glad that your daughter, my son, even got involved for my voting too. And my son's in college also, and it was just fun to see things like that happen, and family members being like, "I got your back," right? People from outside the automotive industry that were LinkedIn, they were going in, and I absolutely.
That was the thing. Also, it was like. So even though I work for a very large company, as you know, I've been in digital for like 20 years. So I know a lot of people. And what was really cool to see, and I'm sure you probably felt the same way, it's people from your past coming out and saying, oh, I remember you were such a great leader. Vote for, right? I just thought that was super touching. Like there were a few people that chimed in that I hadn't talked to in years. And I was like, that is so nice of them to say. It made me feel so good. And that was just really cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, it was really awesome. And one thing that I think is still the case for our particular bout that we had is that we collected the most votes inside of one single voting
round. Yeah,
there.
We did.
The entire competition. So that was exciting to be a part of. And we just thank everybody that was a participant, everybody that casted their vote, everybody that liked, that shared, that did anything to interact with that. Thank you so much for being part of the fun. Right, it was so much fun carrying into a Saturday afternoon with the oh my god, vote,
wake up Saturday morning. Where am I at? Right, I love that. Even I'm glad that you guys. I'm glad we're getting ready to do a 5-liner on you. I think it's going to be great. And Matt Grimke, he just jumped on here and he says, "Love the 5-liners." Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, Ascent Dealer Services. Smart payment plan, all the above, so many different things that Matt does for the automotive industry. We appreciate you and your light, my friend. Keep doing your thing. Thanks for joining us. We have Thomas Pena. He's up in this mug too. Our man, what's I said, LOL. He also wrote earlier, what copies for closers, LOL. Yeah. But T is for top-notch people, right? That's what we'll call it. But that being said,
classy, T is a little
caffeinated.
It's a little different.
It's all about caffeinating the culture and tea,
brew and solutions.
And you have to brew tea, and you have to caffeine, and they both have caffeine in it. So it's all good to you. Says thank you for the shout out, fellas. No problem, Matt. Appreciate you again. But we had all this. You had the competition. All that stuff happened. She whooped you down. She did all those things. She did. But one thing that we practice here is what we're going to do next.
Drop them
Is we drop F-bombs every time we get in a situation like this. And we drop these F-bombs that don't offend the moms, right? And that's important that we don't offend anyone. This is to forgive, right, Lou? Forgive, focus, and fly so we can keep growing. So we're going to have you join us, do that really quick, and we'll get this party started. Hands on your shoulders. You're going to forgive.
On 3 with us.
Focus, and we're going to fly on the count of 3.
Hands on the shoulders. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive. Focus.
Focus.
Fly. And keep growing. Keep growing. Thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. You have been initiated into the club. Welcome. We appreciate you. We're going to just start brewing some solutions in this 5-liner with you right now. And I'm going to kick it off with the very first question. And I love this question. That's why we made it the first one, because it all starts here. It all starts with your why, Melissa. I know, you talked about your daughter. I know that's probably a big drive in your life, what gives you purpose. Every single day we wake up and it's not easy. We wake up with bronchitis. We wake up with issues, stress, tons of work to do. What drives you every single day to get up and be the best version of Melissa?
Yeah, my family definitely drives me to be the best version. I was a single mom for a long time. I'm married now, and my husband's awesome, and my life is great. But, everything I do for them. Everything. And I'm very passionate about what I do. I love what I do. I love the people that I meet. I love the people that I associate with. It's great. But my family's my driver, for sure.
I love that.
And we believe it. I mean,
there's no doubt.
That's definitely attributed to that Puerto Rican lifestyle that you come from, right?
Family is the groundwork for everything. I spoke at a conference last year of Women in Automotive, and we spoke about mentorship. And the approach I took was mentorship for me is different than for other people. People think of mentors in their, business life, associates, friends, bosses, whatever. But for me, mentorship is the family connection. So my family has been the mentorship in my life that I've needed. We have 5 generations of women in my life still alive to this day. My grandmother's still alive at 94 years old. My mom, myself, my daughter, and my daughter has a daughter now. So we're 5 strong women. My granddaughter's a year old. So we're, we have a very strong familial bond.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Okay. And that's also what keeps you real and confident, right? And having that type of a rooting system where you're interlocked together with people that are trying to grow, people that are trying to provide opportunities for you to grow. but all still stretching towards light. This is what helps make great people be able to reach for awesome things, no matter where it is that their family starts, no matter what place, part of the planet we begin. If we have a tight root system with our family, we're able to thrive. This is why some of the most important pieces of the fundamentals of a child growing up is to have a good, stable home, and to have the right examples in front of them of how to do life, right? How to deal with challenges and how to overcome those challenges. And sometimes how to take a big defeat, because man, did my family really coach me back up after I lost to you. Man, why don't we keep going back to that?
Focus and fly, buddy.
But it's not,
that's right.
but no, it is so important that we do have that family unit. And inside of that, our family units all have these different views of the auto industry. I know that the vantage point that we predominantly had of the auto business kind of growing up was mainly on the mechanic side. We had uncles and my father was a mechanic, and all of these different, I feel like Marissa got to break it down. My father's father was the mechanic, my uncle's was the mechanic, right? All
the positive traction.
Positive track, right? Anyway, but all these mechanics were inside of our life, but never, ever a direction I ever wanted to go inside of my professional career was working as a mechanic in that way. Funny enough, in the military, I found my way into the motor pool, supporting many mechanics on some big vehicles, and it was awesome to see that transition into the car business, where I started working so close with mechanics anyway, but on another side of the business. And my father didn't quite know how to take me being in sales at first, because he had his particular thoughts of what he showed me to do, and again, not something that I wanted at all. But I kind of limped my way into the car business. I didn't expect to be here. But for you, Melissa, with your family and the responses that your family has had in your growth pattern as a professional, what brought you to automotive?
Luck. I'm a digital person. I've been doing digital marketing for 20 years. So been a long time, and I've worked in multiple verticals over the years. So when an opportunity came to work in automotive, at first I was like, do I really want to do digital advertising for cars? And I thought to myself, I don't know if that sounds sexy or not, but I was like, let me go for it. And it's actually a really unique, it's a really unique industry. The people are super passionate about what they do, no matter what position they have. Our sales teams are our backbone to our business. We support them 100%. We love all our children the same. And it was just so diversified. And I think that's what really attracted me to it. And then I was working with some just the smartest people at my company. I mean, some of the teams that I've worked with are just simply amazing. And the folks that I've been able to encounter over the years through agency relationships or just any type of, conversation, they're also engaging, passionate. They share the same sort of passions, about the industry in general. So I loved it. And I stayed with it for a while. I actually left auto for a couple of years to go into residential real estate, still doing the digital path, but I was just missing the environment, the community around it. So I decided to come back. And I don't regret it, because I do love all the people that I work with, and I love what I do in general. It's challenging. Every day is a challenge, the landscape is a challenge, but I really do love the community. I think for me, that's been the best part. I've worked for a lot of different, like I mentioned, verticals, and community was hard to find, but I think in automotive, community is super strong. And I think that's what keeps a lot of people in this industry, is the community that we built.
I love what you just said there. It's so true. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of great industries that you can do similar work, right? And there you can go in. I love that you have that type of a background where you can get into a lot of different verticals and be like, okay, I can figure this out, but let me see what automotive is about. Let me see if it even is something I want to do. And you came in, you fell in love with it. You fell in love with the people, the networking, the community, the family feel that you have. When you go to these events, as big as automotive is, we all know each other. It's so weird, right? But in particular, the ones that are trying to grow, the ones that are looking to be better than they were yesterday, And then to add on to that, the ones that want to give information and help others do the same thing.
That's important. That's a really good point, because I think for a long time, there are some companies that are really particular about what you say and what you shouldn't say and things like that. And there's obviously very high competition in the space that we're in. But I think in this last year, I've leaned in so hard into the community and to connect with people. I've made it a point to connect with even more women in this industry in this past year. That was really important to me, to make sure I was connecting in that way. And it's really changed my outlook on a lot of different things, and in the way I approach my everyday life and what I do in my job, but also how I connect with others and sharing information. I think it's so important that we share information with each other, because it's only going to make us better in the end. And I've always said, like, any team I've ever worked for or anybody that's ever worked for me, I've always said learning is the biggest thing you'll always have to do. You'll always have to learn. So I want to share with you, but I want you to share with me, because that's how we'll grow.
That's it.
Absolutely. And that's the entire purpose of this show, is to be able to take awesome people like you that are doing some great things and have a whole different entry point into this business and way that you're flourishing inside of this business that is automotive, that it's not just sales, it's not just service, it's not just the limited bit of knowing of the industry that we are exposed to, but there's so many different arms and legs inside of this industry that you can find yourself a part of inside of this full body that is automotive. And the way that you've come in is something that people should actually consider heavily, because there is so much competition. There is so much innovation inside of how we're growing to and speaking to our customer, that I feel as though automotive has been a little bit behind. And now we're starting to make these big strides forward, and a rebranding itself of the industry, not just car dealers themselves, not just the brand that you buy your whatever brand you prefer from, but a rebranding of the auto industry itself. And it's just exciting that people like you are coming into it, bringing the knowledge from the outside of saying, man, there's so much great potential, but that key piece of is so huge, because everybody wants to belong and feel like a contributor.
Absolutely.
Part.
You know, exactly right.
That's why potluck is so awesome.
Right?
Yeah, and brings their dish.
You know, she talked about women in automotive. You were there talking about mentorship. We back the WIA. We love the ladies there. Everyone, they do a great thing, and I love it. I love WOCAN. I think they're doing a great job also helping the color be able to have a voice, but also just have a network, a community to be able to talk and share and grow together. You know, and the mentoring is a big part. You know, I also see that you're women at the wheel. You're a 2023 Auto Success honoree. Congratulations to you on that. Also, that's a big deal. You know, I have a couple friends. One's a dealer that I know. Her general manager, Ashley Church, amazing lady, does some big things out there. You know, especially when it comes to this type of stuff. But just to be an honoree on this, to showing that ladies are rising up in this industry. More importantly, it shows the next generation that we have an opportunity in this industry. Right. And I love that. And I love that that's happening. You know, the more that we can have that happen, the better our industry is going to be. We need to have perspectives from all different angles. And speaking of perspectives and mentors, you know, along the way, I know that you've been around, you've seen different things. You've been in different industries. You went to school multiple times. You got your education. You've been able to share, learn. Along the way, I know you've had some mentors. You had some people that have been there for you. That's why you speak upon it. Can you name a few of those mentors for us?
I wouldn't say that I have a ton, but I've had some important people that have come into my life. One I could say that was a mentor to me from like the very beginning, and just how I even got into digital marketing years ago. And it was kind of a funny story, because initially I got hired at this agency, a small agency, and he was sort of the lead tech person. And I was super intimidated by everybody there, because I didn't even know what a Flash website was at the time. I didn't know what HTML was. I didn't know what any of that crap. It was just, I'm coming in to be an account manager, and I did customer service for many years prior to that, so I know I can handle it. And he literally dropped a book on my desk about HTML and said, happy reading. I didn't interview you, but if you can get through that book, I'll help you out. And I was like devastated. And within a couple of weeks, I was so frustrated, and I was like, this isn't going to happen. So I walked out, And I had a chat with him and I said, from now on, if I have a question, you're going to answer it because I'm going to rise to the top and you're going to help me get there. And he was like, okay, let's do it. And I'm still friends with him to this day. His name is Joe Laratro. He's amazing. He owns his own company now. I was probably one of his first clients ever, but he's a great person. And he taught me everything I know from the beginning. And I probably wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. So I consider him to be one of my mentors in my life. But I do have a lot of other folks that I've worked with over the years that have just listened and paid attention and helped me, grow into the positions that I've been able to achieve. Even here at AutoNation, our previous CMO, Mark Cannon, put me in a role here and allowed me to grow here. So that was really pivotal, I think, in my life. But there's probably a bunch of others that I can name along the way, but I would say that probably those two are probably the ones that really made a move and allowed me to flourish.
That's awesome.
And that's what we want to do with this show right now is help flourish the outreach of what's being brewed up right now, folks. We got 3 lines in to this 5-liner with this incredible solutionary that's taking time out of her day to brew some solutions with us, and she's got a whole lot brewing inside of her world. But folks, we want to make sure that we get as many people in here as possible.
That's right.
To keep having some fun. So help us out and tag a car guy,
tag a car gal,
and share.
Let's get this out there. Let people know that we have a solutionary in here who is bringing some fire, talking about her mentors, what brought her in this industry, her whys, and of course the competition where she whooped this guy's butt. So that being said, we're having a lot of fun. Forget Focus Fly.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. And we're gonna keep growing.
Lou
and
does not like to
going.
lose, but I know. But at the same time, he honors the people and he learns from those things, right? And I love that. And that's what we've been talking about, folks. For those who are just now tuning in,
learn who's got your back.
We're talking
all
about
all in fun.
That's right. We're talking about some really fun stuff here, and Melissa, you've been amazing. I appreciate the answers that you've given us. And I know that, your mentors, even the people that have helped you along the way, are definitely proud of what they see, that you are part of their legacy. In turn, your legacy is going to be in check too. So I'm excited to see what the future is for you and things like that.
And that also helps you to be able to take the stage in conversation about mentorship, about what it means to be a mentor, and the importance of being able to have somebody to cut on you. Sometimes you just need somebody to keep it real with you, and that isn't impressed by you unless you do something ridiculously impressive, right? But it's encouraging you to maximize yourself, go to the next level, and to challenge your thoughts and theirs. That's often what you see happen instead of a mentor situation. Is you teach your mentor a lot of things about themselves and about just dealing with people, because every one of us are our own breed of person with our own ways of being motivated, with our own thoughts and ideas of success, and all want to be fulfilled. But in that, we have a lot of different hills and hurdles to overcome. Lots of different things that kind of get in our way. We need those mentors to call on. We need some of those
friendships,
friendships, all of those things to be able to reach onto. But it doesn't make us learn anything. It helps us as we learn things. And inside of that, what is it that you would say has been the hardest lesson you've had to learn getting to where it is that you are today?
Ooh. The hardest lesson. Wow. I don't even know if I can think of something off the top of my head. The hardest lesson is, I guess, learning to be patient was a hard lesson. Like you come into roles sometimes and you think you know everything when you take a role, like you're chosen for a reason. And then you realize along the way that you don't know as much as you really thought you did. And there's a lot more to learn. And you have to really have some patience within yourself and with others too, as you get on the right path. But yeah, I mean, that was probably a hard lesson to learn. I've taken roles sometimes thinking I could tackle this, and then walked into roles like, oh gosh, I'm in over my head, and that's a hard lesson to learn right there. I took a role one time within an IT organization, and I'm a marketer. And I was rolling out a Salesforce database across a 300-seat call center. Why was I there? Like, I didn't even know why I was there, but there was a reason why I was there. And that was like, I was felt like I was in over my head for sure, but I pulled it off, and it took time, patience. I really had to give myself some grace, and that was
Love that.
a hard lesson to learn. But you can't always expect to know everything, and going into any role that you're in, you always have to know that every role you take, you're going to learn, and you have to pass your ego, because you have to be open-minded about what there is for you to learn on that, on that path that you're on. So that's what
awesome.
I would say.
Wow.
That's awesome.
It's a great lesson to learn. Patience, folks.
Grace.
I think grace, patience, understanding that even though that you are qualified for a position, there may be a ton for you to learn. You may actually walk in and be completely in the dark there. But through patience and through work and trial and error and messing up and learning from those mistakes, you become better. You become what you were there for. But that's why they hired you, because they knew you could. That's the side of it. A lot of times, even when Lou and I know Lou's the same way with me as I am when it comes to hiring people, I don't necessarily hire because of what they already done. I hire for who they are. Like, there's a certain personality I'm looking for, certain traits that I want, that I know can do the things that I need them to do, even if they have no idea how to do anything in that job. But I know that they can move themselves and shift themselves that way, and they have the right personality, the right type of person that would fit in in our family, right? Somebody that would fit family dynamic. Then it's silly for me not to hire them. And
they may have like a bunch of different skill sets, but maybe they're really focused in on like one or two, but you need them to also have a little bit of all the other. So you're willing to take them in and give them what they need to fit the bill for all the other things that you need them to do too, in addition to having the right personality and making sure it's a family fit for you from a culture perspective. So I agree.
Because it's so hard to ever fit somebody's to do or what they do inside of their title, because everybody may have similar titles across the industry, but they all do different things. They all take on these different hats, these different roles, these different utility workouts that they end up doing, throughout somehow or another. There's always this one person that has the job and they're the IT guy, right? Or, if we don't have
multiple hats,
that
literally.
And so inside of that, everybody wants to find fulfillment, and the mission must continue. So though we should be kind of cross-trained across the board at simple things, the fundamentals of things, it is very, very much a challenge for us to take on the learning of something we've never done before. And quite often, especially in the military, but in this industry, you're not really promoted because of what you did before. Great. Your attention was granted because of what you performed at doing. Eyes were on you. Your name came to the top of a list because of your performance in a certain area, but you were promoted because of your potential to take somebody to the next level, or to go to the next level, or to push yourself to the next level. You showed the aptitude to do those things. And that's awesome that you do suggest to people, you got to give yourself grace, because so often you're the one that beats yourself up so much about it. You're ready to, like you said earlier, walk out the door until the right challenge is put in front of you, or the right bit of encouragement is given there. I mean, many salespeople did we talk off the ledge to say, don't give up on yourself, stay, give it another week, give it another day, give it another up, whatever the case is, right? Give yourself another chance to stay in
to salespeople who maybe the month before had the best month of their lives, right? And they're like wanting to like quit. You're like, this is not what I'm supposed to do. Like, what do you mean? The problem, and not to get too deep into this, the problem with automotive sales in retail is that we go month to month and we grade everybody that way, and they go from 0 to 0. And I get that in a sense, but it's not fair to them. It's not fair to us. Everybody should be looked at as an individual that's going to have up and down. They're going to take vacations. They're going to have sick days. They're going to have family issues. They're going to have bill issues. Everyone goes.
We're people. We're people.
Yeah, absolutely. So just knowing that changes everything,
That's why I love like what Isodu says, the crew there is, love people more than cars. And I think that when I first saw that, I was like, that's interesting. And thank you for putting that out there, because people don't think about that all the time. And they need to think about people. People matter.
Another
big time,
great quotable by another powerhouse woman in automotive, Liza Borges, who is commanding an army of sales pros and managers and service reps and service managers and all of these people
That's right.
that are making this entire family move forward. But she knows the value of people, and she takes that very, very personal. And inside of that, it is what actually roots everybody together for growth. And it's awesome to hear you say that, and to again bring the encouragement to people of, man, I had to learn to give myself patience, give myself grace, and to let myself learn. Otherwise, you can't. It's so hard to learn under pressure. You know, it is so hard to breathe with the pressure of I have to perform when you don't have the leniency on yourself to learn, and you have to be able to give way for that. That's so awesome.
It is, but the people need to understand, all you all out there, is that it does take pressure to make a diamond. So you want to be a diamond, you got to take a little pressure, but it's okay to mess up. Just understand it's okay to mess up, forget, focus, fly, and keep learning and keep growing, right? But make sure you keep learning. You know, if there's no failure if you learn something from it and try again. The failure is when you quit.
Mistakes happen. You can make mistakes, and that's how you learn.
Amen
if you've never failed in your life, then I don't know how you can improve.
No, if you never failed, you never tried. Period. That's it. People who have put no effort will never fail. That's the bottom line. I don't care who you are. It takes failure, falling down on your face, tripping, doing all these things for you to be able to get back up, say, you know what, I need to pick my feet up a little bit higher this time and get over this curb. And you will learn from that, you know, and I love that. It's one step at a time. And when you do that, you grow massively. Those steps add up very fast. And that leads up to what I'm going to ask next. And I love this. I kind of getting sad because this is our last question. All right. So
don't stop me.
Fifth and final question. It's an important question. You know, we've been through all these things. We know your why. We know what brought you in this industry. We've heard you a couple mentors. We've talked about lessons. And then I think we even got deeper into that. I love that. That was a really fun conversation on number 4 there. But number 5, it's your greatest reward. What has been your greatest reward for all the stuff that you've done up to this point?
I'm going to give you 2.
Come on.
I will say, from a personal perspective, my greatest reward was birthing my daughter and raising her as a single mom, and seeing her grow into an amazing mother. That's greatest reward personally. Wow. Greatest reward professionally is having the ability to work with some of the smartest, young, hungry people that I've ever worked with in my life. I have such an amazing team. They're fantastic. Right. And I think that us together, like always said, I want us to hum together. Like, just no doubt, we know what each other's thoughts are. We know how to finish each other's sentences, and we just know how to get the job done. And I've worked so hard to make sure that they have the support that they need, that we can get there. And because of that, I have like the greatest team. So those 2 things, phenomenal. Can't get any better than that.
I can't. You really can't.
All right, show's over, guys.
All right, mic drop.
And
so it's really great stuff there. And I love both sides of that tail, you know, or that coin. I love what you talked about, your personal, and then of course your professional. You know, I think that's an important thing to realize, that they're the same. They help each other, but there is 2 great things that come from that. Being a mother and being a single mother, raising another young lady to become a mother herself, and seeing how proud you are to see how good of a mother she is. That's tear-dropping stuff. That really gets me emotional. You know, I think about things like that, and I'm so happy for you on that. Finding a team that you feel pushed by, pulled by, encouraged by, being able to give information, but yet be able to get information by, and becoming a family. You know, I love that. We support each
other so much, and that's just so important in any role that you have. If you have a team that you can support and they support you, like, you're unbeatable.
Amen.
Just like the home team. Right, that home team helps you to be successful going into your profession, and it's awesome the example that you show inside of that, of being a single mom, pursuing a flourishing career as the professional that you are, and successfully raising a now mother, and proud about it, excited about the successes on both sides of the spectrum, because this is what makes you. And the truth is, those of you that are listening, those of you that are watching now on the replay or listening on the podcast, each and every one of you can relate to this. Each and every one of you have your home team that supports you in your battles as you go hit the field in your profession, with those that you do lock arms with for many hours of your life to try to achieve different goals that in the end pass away, and in the end are almost obsolete by the time you're in a full reflection on your career. But what doesn't go away are the people and the memories and the experiences that you have achieving these goals together, achieving those moments of success. Some of them are in your life for a little bit, some of them are in your life forever, and you can't get rid of them no matter what happens.
I want to make sure that all the people that I've connected with stay in my life forever. So I make it a point to ensure that those people that I connect with become truly friends. So
Wow.
That's awesome.
that's just super important to me. And I think that's important as you grow through your career, that you connect with people that way and then you maintain those relationships.
Man, wow.
True.
Well, we hope we're on that list now, Lou. I know that you are on our list.
Actually, direct dial now. Direct dial.
After a fist fight.
You know, there's nothing better than that. I always tell you, I became best friends with people that we got into something and then we got back. And
Yeah.
you have so much more respect for each other and honor, you know, and we definitely honor you for giving us your time today and for everyone who came on and commented and all those things. But just being around somebody like you, Melissa, it's exciting because you are a solutionary. You are out there doing some different things, as it says right above our heads, brewing solutions inside this industry right now. And that's a big part of why we love seeing people who are from other parts of the industry, different industries coming in here, but more importantly, women getting into this industry that are powerful and showing other women that this industry is great for them too. So thank you for doing that.
Please.
I know Luke has granddaughters and daughters and stuff, and I know that, and I got a feeling that they may be car people one day too. So we'll see. It's so
I will say I need to give a shout out to my husband too, though, because he's been super supportive through me through all of this and through all the last several years and through my career in auto and beyond. So it's incredible to have a support system.
Yes.
It is. And we appreciate the support system of this show, each and every one of our sponsors that help to make sure that this message gets out here. We are so thankful for Solutionaries like Kareem, who's watching from Arizona,
so Kareem,
and our brewing solutions as well.
Keep breaking records, buddy.
Keep doing your thing. Keep supporting those that are trying to go to the next level. And we encourage you, tell your story. Let somebody know what it is that you did to get where it is that you are and help to bring some inspiration. We all have something to bring to the table, and we encourage you all to pour a little bit of something into everybody's cup. And today we found a high quality solutionary in here that we are very, very excited to announce to the whole world after a deep vetting process, some high level competition that from AutoNation, the one, the only Melissa Cartagena is 100%
CGC approved.
That's right, everybody. He is approved by the Car Guy Coffee crew, and so are you, just for watching.
That's right.
So make sure that you do give her some love. Give us some love. Go check out carguycoffee.com if you want some more of these incredible brews.
Scrolling.
But before we head out, we have one thing left to do, and that's to forgive, focus, fly. But before we fly on, tell us, where are we going to get the chance to see you if somebody wants to go and be a part of the SoduCon event next week inside of Baltimore? How do they connect with you, and why should they show up to an event like that?
Oh, this is one not to beat this year. So there's just going to be so much information, so much connection. Insightful people will be there. It'll be great. It'll be a great time to connect and to learn. So be there. I'll be walking around. I'll be on a panel. Come to my session. I think it's on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So I will also be at the WOCAM breakfast first thing in the morning that day as well, and be connecting with all the women at WOCAM. So I'll be around. Just find me. Now you've seen my face. So
now we know, and you know more. Now you could even have a conversation because you know more about what Melissa is and why she does what she does and who's influenced her. So that's important to have those types of words, you know. And I love that, and I'm so proud to say that we had you on the show today, and I'm so proud to say that, you know, because Lou is a big pickleball guy and he always likes to beat me, and he's the winner, but when I win, he doesn't like it, right? And so it's good, but he learns from it. So I'm so glad that we had you on the show because I love seeing his face. It's my favorite, right? But I'm honored
for having me. I appreciate it too.
Appreciate
this was fun.
You're amazing, and we're so thankful that we had the opportunity to connect and love this industry for the creative way that it did connect us together inside of this
it did.
community that we do.
Will you be at a SotoCon next week? Will I see you there?
This would be our first one we missed. Yeah, we were at the first two.
Oh,
We will not make this
no.
one. We have, we're going to be in dealerships doing some development for some of them. So
Okay, that's all right.
yeah,
Next
so
one will come soon.
and we'll be there. We'll be at the
maybe
next
we'll
one.
come to one of your stores in the future. We'd love to come
Never
out
know.
to that side of the country. It might be a good time.
We're all over.
Yeah, you are. Literally. So, thank you so much, y'all. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's forgive, focus, fly, and let's get out of here.
All right, here we go. You got your practice in. Now, one more time on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing, keep growing.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I am Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
And I'm Lennartz, subprime hero.
You've been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast with the one,
The only Melissa Cartagena.
We will see you next time, everybody. Enjoy this 5-liner. We're out. Peace.